Now, the International Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure is taking place at Nice city in France. It will focus on coastal resilience and the need of small island developing states. The two-day-long conference will see participation of leaders, policymakers and climate experts, including an address by Prime Minister Modi, French President Emmanuel Macron, leaders of Antigua and Barbuda, as well as Nauru and Guyana. The agenda of the conference is to confront the escalating threat of disasters fueled by a warming planet. It aims to strengthen the global dialogue and collaboration on disaster and climate-resilient infrastructure. The gathering brings together governments, organizations, infrastructure, stakeholders and experts to discuss challenges, share best practices and foster partnerships for resilience. Infrastructure as climate change events become increasingly common. The coastal communities around the world are projected to contribute $3 trillion to global GDP by 2030. And with 37% of the global population living near coast, 90% of the goods transported by sea, the stakes are immense. The conference also holds great significance for New Delhi, as it is being organized by the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, a global multi-stakeholder partnership launched by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the UN Climate Action Summit on September 2019 in New York. WION Siddhant Sibal spoke to Amit Prothi, the Director General of Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. Listen to this.
So the conference really is a way of bringing together different partners, different countries, different actors who are working in this space. We have experts in the room, we have country leaders in the room, we have engineers in the room, we have gender specialists in the room. So we have a variety of people in the room. The idea is this conference in particular is focusing on coastal infrastructure, including small island development states. And the idea is because we are participating, I'm standing in the UN Ocean Conference space that's being organized by France. France is currently the co-chair of the CDRI, the coalition. And so when we were looking to organize this conference, they said, why don't you do it in partnership with us at the edges of the Oceans Conference? So we brought in experts to essentially focus on island nations. When you talk about coast, you talk about coastlines, you talk about islands. So we are really trying to see how we can push the agenda of island nations, both from a technical point of view as well as from an advocacy point of view.
The overall objective of the international platform aligns with the Sustainable Development Goals, the Paris Climate Agreement and the Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction, CDRI, is second major global initiative led by India following the International Solar Alliance. The organization has 46 members, which includes 39 member countries and 66 multilateral organizations, including the Asian Development Bank, World Bank and the UNDP. For more on this, our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibal, has sent us this report from Nice in France. Take a look.
Today is the second day of the International Conference on making infrastructure that is resilient to the impact of climate change. This conference is being organized by CDRI, which is Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. And remember that this entire organization was the brainchild of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He will be making an address to the conference later today. This will be a recorded statement along with leaders from Antigua, from Guyana and other countries. And the focus is particularly on small island states that have been the worst sufferers of climate change and their infrastructure getting impacted due to climate change and its impact. But all in all, we know that India has been taking a lead in terms of climate change, not only through the CDRI, but also through the International Solar Alliance, which of course is another key initiative taken by the Indian side. But the focus at this conference will be that how countries can converge and share experiences as to create infrastructure that is resilient. Siddhant Sibal for WION in Nice, France.
For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.